Hello, I'm Giuliano Piero, and on this video I'll be showing you how I made this. I don't know what to call it yet, but it's basically a mirror to help you see the screen at the back of your camera. I made this especially for smartphones because I've seen a lot of YouTubers use their front-facing camera to film their video. Now, we all know that the rear-facing camera of most, if not all smartphones, shoot better footage. So instead of upgrading to a new camera, why not make this instead and use the quote-unquote better camera you already have? I know newer phones have better front-facing cameras, but for the rest of us who are on a budget and use old phones or even cameras that don't have tilty flippy screens to make you see yourself while filming, I think this is the best option we have. Now, just for comparison, I'm going to show you the difference between the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera of my iPhone. So this is the front-facing camera versus the rear-facing camera. So as you can see, it's just sharper, overall better, the color is better, no blotchiness. It's just an overall better option instead of the front-facing camera. Without further ado, let's just get into the make video and I'll show you the tools and materials you need. So you need a CD case, an empty one obviously, a loose mirror, some sticky tack, and a few inches of wire, metal wire. I just bought that off some local hardware. And the tools you need are a soldering iron or anything that can poke a hole into plastic without breaking it, a pair of scissors, some pliers to bend the wire, and a ruler to measure where you want to poke the holes. It'll all make sense later. And a marker to just mark where you want to position the holes. Now, the ruler and marker aren't that important, but I just chose to include them. So the first thing you need to do is you need to clean the CD case. So I removed all the paperwork and obviously the CD, and I actually had to wash mine because it was a little bit dusty, and you know, CDs aren't being used in this era. Next, you need to mark where the holes have to be. So I just marked a crosshair, just a cross at the back of the CD to position where I want the wires to run through. For the clear side of the CD, I just put it over the already marked surface and just basically traced. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I just traced over those holes, and I poked an extra third hole for where the 1/4 inch screw of your tripod will poke through. So I already poked the holes. I couldn't film it because it was hard to film while using a soldering iron. I didn't want to burn myself. So be careful with this. If you have other tools to poke through plastic without breaking it, by all means use it. So with the holes already done, I really suggest you clean it up with scissors or any blade. And when I mean clean up, I mean the excess plastic that will be there when you use a soldering iron. So I just used a pair of scissors, poked it through the hole, and just, spun it. I don't know how to say it, but just clean up the excess debris of the plastic. So you can now put the CD back together. So the next thing you need are your wires, or your wire. So the way I measured it, I just eyeballed it, I guess. I just made sure it was longer than the CD. I mean, it was long enough to wrap around the CD. So you'll see it on the screen how long I made it, but you'll cut it to a lot shorter later. So again, I wasn't able to film what I needed to do here because I could have cut myself with a wire. So just be careful while doing this. What you basically need to do is you need to run the wire through the holes and then bend it on the other side. So this is what it looks like when it's done. I hope it's self-explanatory. This is just to support the mirror when it's already on the CD, because with the weight of the mirror, the CD will close by itself and you won't be able to use this properly if you don't put the wire. So I did put some duct tape in between the wire and the plastic of the CD because it scratches the CD, and this is just to secure the wire. It moves a lot when you open and close it, but this is optional. So the final thing you need to do is to get your mirror, put some sticky tack at the back, and then make sure it's firmly there, and then you put it on the CD. You put it on the more pliant side. Depends on what CD case you have, but mine has a pliant side, so I put it there. So this is the final product. So I'm gonna demo it one last time, and it works really well. It's actually pretty sturdy, and if you don't mind carrying this out, it actually works pretty well. So anyway, I hope this helped. That's it for this video. My name is Giuliano Piero, and I'll see you on the next video.